Greetings friends, it's Zera, back with another video. Today we're going to be discussing where in your Warcraft logs you can see if you have a delay with your auto shot following your aim shot. Now the first thing out of everybody's mouth is going to be like, wait, what? There's a delay? Yeah, there's a delay. The reason for the delay is that there's an internal timer with your auto shot. It's like a 500 millisecond rather timer, and every time, even when you're casting aim shot, your auto shot is going to continue to try and auto cast. And depending on when in that 500 millisecond delay you began, charging your aim shot or casting your aim shot rather, by the time it gets to the end of it, it could be smack dab perfect with your 500 millisecond delay and your auto shot will go fine. But more often than not, what's going to happen is you're going to have anywhere between a 100 to a full-on 500 millisecond delay after your aim shot goes off until your auto shot takes off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys where to find this delay and how to fix it. Okay, so let's go in here. We're going to go back to the beginning so I can show you guys how to navigate this. So this is a Ragnaros pool from way back in like the first week of October, like October 9th or the second week of October. Let me go ahead and see if I can get this pulled up. And this is a log that we did from Molten Core and Molten Core and BWL on the same night, but we're both going to look at the same fight. We're both going to look at Ragnaros. So, you know how to pull this up. You should be able to know how to pull this up. This is what your default page is going to look like for whatever your initial log is going to be. So, if you want to go in here, you want to click on Ragnaros, you want to be able to see your fight with Ragnaros. So this is way back in October 9th or something like that. So scroll down here, we'll find me, and then we'll be able to, at this point, what you want to look for is you're looking for timelines, which is right here. You click on timelines, and then you want to come right below it, and you want to click on casts right here. Okay? So what this is going to allow you to do, you're going to see a scroll bar down here, and this is going to allow you to scroll through the entire encounter and see what you casted. So, for example, you can see that there's a very, very small delay right here between the end of this aim shot and the auto shot. So I cast aim shot at Ragnaros at 8 seconds, 8.011 seconds, and the auto shot went off at 8.100 seconds. So it was about a little less than 100 millisecond delay. And then right here you see that the cast went off from aim shot at 16.449 and auto shot went off at 16.472. So not quite a delay there really. But then whoa, you come over here and you see that massive delay between these next two aim shot auto shots. You're talking anywhere between, let's see, 24.873 to 25371. So that is well over a second and a half of a delay between that aim shot releasing and the auto shot getting off. And this one, same thing, got off at 35.276 and the auto shot went off at 35.607. So you're talking about a delay, a significant delay of almost a full half second. So how do we fix the problem? Well, there is a macro that I'm going to put in the description below. It's also found in both the Classic Hunter Discord and in the True Shot Brigade Discord, which is my Discord. And both are great communities to be a part of. I feel like the Classic Hunter Discord is just a wealth of knowledge. It's got literally everything you possibly want, but the information can be at times a little bit difficult to find. Whereas in the True Shot Brigade, which is my Discord, I've just made several different text channels that will answer every question you could possibly want. You just go browsing through it, you find the one you want, click on it, and there you go. But the macro that will fix this is a macro that some people like, some people don't like it. Basically, the idea is that you begin casting your aim shot, and then while casting your aim shot, you drop target, and then you retarget your last target. Now, what that's going to do is that's going to just basically shut off your auto shot from doing that internal retry of recasting itself while still casting aim shot. So that way, once aim shot releases, then and only then when your auto shot take off again. Now, There is a couple of variations of this I've seen floating around. For example, I know that Six, from talking to him, he told me that the one he prefers is one, weaving an auto shot in the beginning of that aim shot. So you'd have a cast auto shot and then your cast aim shot. That way, in the off chance that your aim shot is still on cooldown, your auto shot won't be interrupted. But if you do that, and then you have to get really fancy with that macro, because you have to basically cycle it twice really, really fast in order to open up any fight with aim shot. For example, if you're in PvP or if you're fighting King in Dire Maul Tribute, you more or less want to open up with an aim shot more often than not, just so you can do peak damage from the very beginning and squeeze in as much damage as you can in a very short window of time. The only downside to that is with this macro is that you have to cycle it really, really fast twice, otherwise it won't work. Whereas in the one I tend to use, it's just aim shot period, and I don't cast aim shot until it is off cooldown. But if I end up accidentally hitting it or cycling it in the downtime that, say, aim shot is still on cooldown, now my whole rotation's thrown off because auto shot will stop casting. So there's two different variations of it. Just come into the Discord, you'll be able to see both variations. They're there, and you can pick the one you want for yourself. But let's see the actual macro in action. So this is without the macro. You can see the big delays here, and these delays occur again and again and again throughout the fight. There's another one there. There's a smaller window here. There's a smaller delay there. There's an even larger delay here. So I mean, the delay is all over the place. So we go over here, and this is from March 18th. So this was literally last week. So I click on Ragnaros. I go to me. We're going to go timelines, and then we're going to go casts. As soon as it loads, there we go. And we're going to click on cast. Now you see the aim shot, auto shot, rotation, and there is literally like zero delay. Absolutely minimal delay, if any delay at all. I mean, this is aim shot, auto shot, aim shot, auto shot, aim shot, auto shot, aim shot, auto shot. So the delay is now significantly diminished. So to me, that is more or less just going to be, things like your latency, lag spikes, whatever it might be, input lag, whatever it is, that is much more closer to reality than, say, a massive, 300, 400, 500 millisecond delay, which is what we saw previously. So by all accounts, be sure to check out this macro, join the Discord, and you'll be able to make a much more accurate impact. I know some people were whispering me saying, hey man, look, I look at your logs and they seem very consistent. I look at my logs and some weeks I'm parsing blue, sometimes I'm parsing epic, sometimes I'm parsing legendary. Like, what's going on? I said, well, number one, you got to make sure you're getting your consumables every single week. I mean, that's almost 100% of the logging game. Like, if you want top logs, like, first thing, you have to have every consumable possible. I mean, we're talking consumes not just for you, but consumes for your pet. I mean, there's scrolls of agility, scrolls of strength you can give your pet. You can also go get Juju's power, Juju's might, and give those to your pet. And there's just so much more you can do. You can ask your healers, hey, can you put a shield on my pet during this mechanic so my pet can fight through it? Or can you, throw up, Blessing of Kings or Blessing of Might on my pet? I mean, there's a whole lot of different things that you can do to get buffs specifically for your pet, and you'd be surprised how much buffing just your pet will increase your DPS. I remember back in November when I actually started taking logs a little bit more seriously, because used to I just roll in with an elixir, agility or was it the greater elixir of agility? It's the one that gives you plus 25 agility, and that's all I would roll into fights with. I didn't care about mongoose elixirs. I didn't care about food. I didn't care about anything. And I was always rocking the wolf because that's what the warriors wanted. I never used bite. I never even attacked with my pet. So my logs were terrible. I mean, I was in like the blues consistently. Until one day I realized, I was like, you know what? I really don't think the wolf is helping. I don't think Furious Howl is helping. So went ahead, got my cat, threw Broken Tooth in there, buffed him with Juju's Might, and I buffed him with scrolls of agility, and I ate some food, and I used mongoose, and wouldn't you know it, my DPS went from being in the blues on logs to jumping up into the legendary. So the logging game is a pretty nonsensical game. But when it comes to things like this, where you can absolutely just outright avoid something with a change on macro and see DPS increase, you absolutely want to take advantage of this. So be sure that you utilize this macro to your best of your advantage and get these delays knocked out, and you will be able to tighten up your rotation so much more. Because what happens here is, like, look, so let's say, for example, these two auto shots right here. This auto shot got off at 55.132, and this went off at 58.580, or excuse me, 55.550 is when I started casting this aim shot. Same thing here. This auto shot got off at 4.156, but I began casting aim shot at 4.589. If you end up with a 300, 400, 500 millisecond delay on both of these, then you basically just lost out on an auto shot. You really did. Or if nonetheless you delayed the time that your aim shot would get off next. So I don't know. I mean, you're losing DPS either way with the delay, whereas with this, I mean, I think my logs before, the one we looked at before, I don't know if I had to look at it. I mean, obviously the damage, the gear is significantly different. But if I just go to summary, I'm not really sure if that's going to do anything. Oh, I have to get off timelines. That probably help. So, like, my gear is substantially lower here because I'm not going to have any, I'm like barely any epics. So I had rock, but everything else is just all blues and greens. Whereas now you go to summary, and I'm rocking full tier 1, so on and so forth. I've got, now I have Astral, but I don't have any logs with Astral. That'll change tomorrow. So, but my damage, I mean, just beyond the realm of actual gear, I promise you, if I'd had the same gear, my DPS would have increased probably anywhere between 5 or 10%. I could almost guarantee you, because I'm getting one extra auto shot between each aim shot. And also, my aim shots are uncontested, basically meaning that I'm not clipping anything except for towards the tail end. I'm clipping when the beginning of that auto shot would take place, which is fine. With Rocktalar, you want to clip your auto shots for your aim shot. That's what you want. But for this, with Azure, my rotation is going to get tighter with Azure because I've never actually raided with it. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'll be sure to share those logs with you guys in the future. But that's it. In a nutshell, I know this video is a little shorter than our typical video, but I wanted to show you guys what this looks like. I mean, well, again, this is how you get to it. You want to go to timelines, and then you want to go to cast, and you want to make sure you're on whatever boss you want to look at and observe. Ragnaros is the easiest one to kind of see if you've got delays, because it's a very stationary fight. You're not moving. Short of you getting knocked back, your feet aren't moving in this fight unless you're melee weaving. So. And that's another thing too. If you're melee weaving, you especially don't want these. You especially don't want these to be delayed, because if you're like getting your auto shots delayed, then your DPS is going to take a significant hit, because you're supposed to be bobbing and weaving in between your auto shot and your aim shot and your multi-shot cooldown. So tightening this window up and shortening these delays will significantly increase your damage, even if you're melee weaving. So this will apply to both melee weavers and non-melee weavers. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I love you guys as always. I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Broodlord's coming, guys. I promise. Broodlord is coming. We had an extra long weekend in West Texas because we were house shopping, and things went great there. And I'll be sure to share a moving vlog as soon as I can. It'll probably be another 3 or 4 months before we actually start physically moving everything over there. But hope you guys enjoyed the video as always. Love you as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Zera out.